God, I really need to do something with my hair. How's it going, guys? Today is the Q&A. I finally decided to film it a week later. Hopefully you guys didn't forget the questions that you asked me. Most of them, actually, I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised you guys didn't ask me any weird shit this time. Well, there's a couple, but most of them aren't that weird, which surprised me. Last time I did a Q&A, there was some pretty weird shit in there. Before I get to the Q&A, I just want to mention I'm going to shamelessly plug my Patreon because I'm currently doing a reaction video for every single episode of the Ultraman series ever. Like all of them. I might do the movies too, I don't know yet. So if you want to go subscribe over to the Patreon, episode 2 is up there. Episode 3 and 4 are going to be out this week, and then I'm just going to go from there. The Patreon's only like $1 or something like that. Like, it's super cheap. Like, I didn't want to put it behind like a massive paywall like some YouTubers do, you know? So anyway, let's get on with the Q&A because there's quite a few questions here, and I don't want this video to be like an hour long. So, first question from Nicholas Burr. First of all, thanks for the hours of entertainment in these trying times. You're welcome. I think I'm going to sign up for your Patreon tonight. What a coincidence. I know it's not much, but it's the least I can give back. I appreciate that. Question, what is the general appeal for the kind of genre movies that you review? Are you looking for the diamonds in the rough, or do you enjoy the garbage as well? Genuinely optimistic, as we seem like lost brothers when it comes to choice in movies. Well, Nicholas, the main appeal for the genre movies is that hardly anybody talks about them, and sometimes most of them are garbage. Most of them are terrible, but every once in a while there is a diamond in the rough, such as, like, I don't know, Sweet Home, the movie that actually came out before the NES game that inspired Resident Evil. The movie came first, and I really like it a lot, and I feel like it's like one of those lost movies that like nobody talks about. Everybody talks about the game and nobody talks about the movie, and I really liked the movie. I really liked it a lot. I actually bought like a physical copy of it, even though it was like a bootleg, because there's no actual physical copy of it. But yeah, I mean, I think of it as almost like a way of movie preservation in a weird sort of way, because like if nobody talks about these movies, a lot of them haven't even come to like DVD. A lot of them are just lost on like VHS and Laserdisc. Some of them never even got a VHS release. Some of them are just ripped from like a reel or something, and they're never gonna get talked about unless somebody talks about them. So that's kind of why I do what I do. Kuryu904 asks, I have 2 questions. Firstly, what is the scariest thing you remember seeing in a movie or TV show from your childhood? Secondly, who are your favorite movie reviewers on YouTube? Okay, well, to answer the first question, the one scene that always sticks with me, that still gives me goosebumps and it's given me a phobia. If you guys have ever seen Scream 3, there's a scene where Sydney is in her living room sleeping, and she has a dream that her dead mom like walks up to the window and she's like up against the glass, like fucking that scared me so much as a kid that even today I get goosebumps when I watch that scene, and now I like have this fear of people staring at me through windows and shit because of that movie. So that's probably the scariest thing I ever saw in my childhood. As far as like my favorite movie reviewers on YouTube, I mean, there's the typical ones. There's Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns, I like those two. John Flickinger is pretty good. Cinemassacre, of course. James Rolfe. Not the rental reviews. I don't like those videos. I like the way James used to do his reviews back in the day. Back when it was like, because you can tell that like he was passionate about it, you know? But like when you watch the rental reviews that they do, he just seems like he's just kind of there. He almost looks like he's on autopilot like Bruce Willis is nowadays. Ivan, nice name, asks, new subscriber, found your Return of the Living Dead review, one of my favorite movies. Mine as well. Loved it. Now plowing through your other reviews. All great, so thanks for the content. You're welcome. Do you have a background in movies, graphic design, etc.? Just curious if you have a background in it or if you're a layman like us. Not that it makes any difference. I have no background in movies. I have no background in graphic design. This is just all the editing I have, all the experience I have is just shit that I learned throughout the years as I was going. When I first started making videos back in like 2006, none of those are on YouTube, by the way. I used, what did I use? iMovie on like a laptop that was on like a MacBook that was provided by my school, and I just made like like AMV music videos out of like video game footage and songs. Most of those are lost. I think I have maybe 2 left that are saved somewhere. I might put them up sometime just to like show some of that old work, because they're old. They're like from like 2007. But I used to make like trailers and stuff, and it was all just edited, you know. My first YouTube channel before this one, which is gone now because of like copyright. Like it was around the time when like YouTube, when the copyright thing first started, and like all the AMV channels and all the music video channels were just taken down. So yeah, I've noticed all same with the Photoshop, same with graphic design, After Effects. All that stuff is stuff that I just learned as I went. It's all self-taught. I have no training in it. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. Peter Ong? I don't know. Sorry if I screwed that up. What's your thoughts on Thundercats, Silverhawks, and Tiger Shark? I haven't seen any of those. Have you seen Made in Abyss or Dororo? I haven't seen any of those. Have you seen or heard of Cyber 6? I think so. Is that the one where the chick turns into she's a dude and then she has like a panther or some shit? Like I always mistook that back in the day. Like I thought that show was a fever dream because every time I looked it up, it was always Carmen Sandiego that would pop up. So is that the show you're talking about? Because if so, I have seen Cyber 6. Worst movie practical effects? Shit, man, I don't know. Off the top of my head, I have no idea. I mean, most practical effects aren't that terrible. It's the CGI ones that tend to be bad. Worst voice acting in anime that isn't the English dub? I can't think of any off the top of my head. I can't. Usually when I watch... Yeah, I've seen plenty of like Japanese movies that had pretty bad voice acting in them. For the Japanese version, even though it was a dub, but I haven't... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Godzilla Final Wars comes to mind, but that's not an anime. Like the New York sequence with the cop and the pimp, that was just fucking terrible. Hunter Larigo asks, I'm a huge fan of the Alien movies, the first two anyway. And I would like to know, which of the original 2 films do you prefer, Alien or Aliens? I've always liked Aliens more, but that's just me. It totally comes down to preference, honestly. Alien is a great atmospheric horror movie. Aliens is a full-blown action movie. So it's, I don't know, I think I like Aliens more because Aliens is faster paced. There is aspects of Alien that I like, obviously, because it's slow, it's brooding, it's atmospheric. The scares are effective, but I think the more easier digestible movie is Aliens. Mr. Gozy asks, first question, what was your inspiration for creating the channel? Second question, what is your proudest and least proudest videos on your channel and why? To answer the first question, the inspiration was James Rolfe. His old original movie reviews, the way he used to do them. I loved watching those. Because James was obviously loved what he was talking about, he was passionate. But then as the years went on, he kind of changed the reviews up to the point where it's just kind of like a slideshow with like his narration. And that kind of sucks a little bit. And then after that, it became like the rental reviews that they do, and I don't like those at all. Like, I'd rather just... Half the guys in those videos don't know what the hell they're talking about, and they just come off as like... So I prefer James's old videos. He was an inspiration. Chris Stuckman, another one. He was another big one. Oh yeah, and then the proudest and least proudest videos. Off the top of my head, I don't... I want to say my least proudest videos aren't on the channel anymore. They're gone. Because they sucked so much. Honestly, my proudest videos, I think, might be like Return of the Dinosaurs, the review, because that was where I finally found my voice. Because before that, it was like, the videos were kind of all over the place. I didn't know what I was doing, what I wanted to do. But then once the Return of the Dinosaurs review came out, I figured out finally how I wanted to pursue this. And it definitely boosted the subscriber count. It brought actual attention to my channel, because before that it was really like just kind of dragging along. But my least proudest videos, honestly, the older ones. If you go on the channel and go search all the videos and then search by least or oldest videos, the Taste Bud Treachery videos, I have nostalgia for them, but fuck do they ever suck. I was using like a $5 camera with like 2 megapixels that I got off from Canadian Tire, with like the garbage audio, shit picture. The aspect ratio got fucked up over the years. I don't know what happened to it. I know a lot of my old viewers and some of my friends like those videos more, but I can't stomach them. I think they're awful. Oh god, my ass is going numb. Spiderus Prime, will you do any King Kong reviews? Yes, King Kong is coming. I'm going to review all of them, starting from like the 1933 one, the 76 one, I think it was 76, the Jeff Bridges one, the Japanese ones that I've missed, like King Kong Escapes, King Kong Lives, the 2005 Skull Island, the fucking animated one. I'm gonna do them all eventually down the road, I just don't know when. King Kurok, I don't know, is that supposed to be like Turok? Asks, I got 2, pick whichever one you want to answer. Bitch, I'll do both. What was your favorite movie to watch and review? I honestly don't know. A lot of them suck. I honestly don't know which one's my favorite. I like to review the shittier movies because they're easier to make fun of. When a movie's good, it's hard to come up with material for a video that's like longer than 3 minutes long. If you had the opportunity to remake one of your least favorite movies, what would you do to improve it? One of my least favorite movies is probably, I don't know, Psycho Shark, honestly. Jaws in Japan, whatever the hell it was called. That, just put more fucking shark in it, good lord. Wouldn't have been a hard fix. But that movie just, goddamn. Johnny Gallagher asks, you think AVP 2004 is Paul W.S. Anderson's best movie he's directed? No, I do not. AVP's okay, but Paul W.S. Anderson's best movie, I think personally, is Event Horizon. Because it was like the one that actually felt like a movie. I mean, Mortal Kombat's fun. I'm not even gonna, you guys have already know my opinions on the Resident Evil movies, I'm not even gonna go into that. But I think Event Horizon is probably the best movie he's directed. Old Tree, an interesting name. What is your ideas if Universal decides to revive Jaws? Thank you for amazing content. I appreciate it. If Universal remakes Jaws, I'm going to burn Universal to the ground. Just don't touch it, man. Jaws is my favorite movie of all time, and it's basically untouchable. You just can't. You fucking leave it alone. If you're gonna do it, do like a reboot with like, you know, I don't know, like do it the way that they did, like make it like the Halloween, like the Halloween that came out like 2 years ago or whatever it was. Do it like that, where you bring back like, I don't know. I mean, Richard Dreyfuss is probably too old to do it, but, and of course Robert Shaw and Roy Scheider are gone. But you could do it that way. That's about the only way I could say. I don't want to remake. I'd rather just have like a direct sequel to the original with like Sean Brody coming back. Not Sean, but Sean got wasted in Jaws 4. Michael Brody coming back and like something like that. That'd be about. Stephanie Marie asks, how much would you spend to watch your favorite Godzilla in a movie theater? Also, do you think I'm pretty? Girl, I think you're a snack. Yes. Also, I think I saw my favorite Godzilla movies in theaters. Godzilla 2000, Godzilla King of the Monsters. I saw those in theaters. I mean, it would be cool to see the original in a theater. Yeah, that'd be about it. I'd like to see the original. I don't know how much I'd pay for it, but I would like to see the original in the theater again. Will and Matt's excellent podcast asks, number one, who's an actor you think doesn't get enough credit for his or her work? Timothy Olyphant, man. I have like the biggest bro hard-on for that dude. Like, he's such a good actor. But like, he's barely in anything. Now he's in like season 2 of The Mandalorian. He was fucking awesome in Santa Clarita Diet. He was great in Die Hard. Like Die Hard, Live Free or Die Hard. He's great. He's a great actor, but he's barely in anything. I would like to see him, you know, make more of a big name for himself, you know. Number 2, if you're allowed to hang out with one famous person alive or dead for the day, who do you pick? Probably Steven Spielberg, I think would be. Because, I mean, he's one of the best living directors. One of the best directors of our time. Maybe nowadays the stuff he makes isn't as great, but he was definitely the god when it came to filmmaking back in the day. So I think he'd have a lot of great stories to talk about. And number 3, if you could give your younger self advice, what would it be? Start the channel earlier. Like, I started this channel in 2010, back before a lot of the other movie reviewers were even around. So I feel like if I had started earlier as a movie reviewer and not like fucked around with like the taste bud stuff and everything else, I probably could have had a bigger audience by now. There would be less competition. Also, put down the fucking the ice cream, you fat fuck, to me, because like at my heaviest I was like 450 pounds. So yeah, just put down the fucking ice cream, you fat tub of shit. Sammy asks, how has 2020 been for you, and who's your favorite Universal monster? Well, Sammy, 2020, just like everybody else, has been a complete fucking shit show. Not going to go into some of the personal stuff, but it has been a complete shit show. Probably one of the worst years of my life. If it's definitely not the worst year of my life. That was the year that my grandmother died. But this is a close second. It's been a complete shit show. And what's my favorite Universal monster? The Gill Man. That was, honestly, I think the movie that like kind of, when I was younger, I used to like, all my friends were like, we want to watch Saturday morning cartoons. Let's watch Dragon Ball or some shit. And I would be like, no, let's watch this fucking VHS copy I have of Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's black and white. You guys will love it. Everybody's like, this is boring. And I think that was like the time I realized I was different. Because I was like, no, I would rather watch Creature from the Black Lagoon than your fucking Pokemon, even though I love Pokemon. Caleb Wilson asks, before I ask my question, I'm happy you've been using the profile photo my best friend June drew for you in your recent videos. Puts a smile on my face. Yeah, shout out to June. I'm gonna put her Twitter handle up on the screen. She's the one who did that that pretty dope-ass caricature of myself that you see in like some of the videos. She's a very talented artist. Very talented artist, and she's working on like some crazy shit. Like she's one of the animators for the fucking Animaniacs reboot. She's a very talented artist. Go check her out. Anyways, what's your big plan if you reach 10,000 subscribers? I have no idea, man. I don't know. Maybe I'll do Shin Godzilla. Maybe I'll save the Shin Godzilla review for 10,000 subscribers. I honestly don't know. Like 10,000 subscribers seemed like it was a fever dream, like it was an impossibility, and now we're almost at 6,000, so it seems like it's actually gonna come up. So I don't know. I'll have to think of something. Andrew Gibson asks, will you do all the movies in the Planet of the Apes franchise, like the original series, the Tim Burton remake, the reboot, Rise, Dawn, and War? And if you have to, you can also talk about the 1974 TV series and the 75 animated series. I don't talk about the books or the comics or the games or anything like that. Maybe the games, but not the comics or the books, because I just don't find reviews of comics and books entertaining, because it's like, you know, all you're seeing is just static shots of the comic strips. As for the movies, maybe down the road. I mean, I'll never say no to anything, because it's like, it's something I haven't covered yet. I'm probably gonna fuck this name up. Joe Lalagia asks, what is our favorite anime, and have you watched JoJo? I'm not sure what our favorite anime is, Joe. I haven't seen JoJo. I want to. It looks fucking insane. I haven't seen JoJo yet. But as for my favorite anime, probably a tie between Evangelion and High School of the Dead. I love High School of the Dead. I don't care if it's like so fan servicey that it's like every other shot is a panty shot. I'm fine with that. I mean, I'm fine with that. But it's like, as far as like zombie animes go, like there's not many of them, and High School of the Dead is the only one that I've seen that actually like nails the premise. And then Evangelion's just fucking awesome. It's a classic. I don't even know how to say this one. Fuchus Ananas? Is that how you say it? I don't know. What is your opinion of those 70s, 80s Italo cannibal movies? I can't think of like Cannibal Holocaust and shit like that. They're sick. They're pretty bad though, some of them. I can't remember which one I watched. I watched a few with an old roommate, and they were just, it was garbage, dude. I just can't remember what it was called. It was like City of the, no, it wasn't City of the Dead. Fuck, I can't remember. But I mean, they're exploitation at their finest. Not So Creative Productions asks, if you could have one life-size replica of whatever mecha robot you wanted, which would it be? Ava Unit 1 from Evangelion. What's your favorite Godzilla design? Godzilla 2000. So I love the design of Godzilla 2000. And if it ever happened, how would you go along with making a standalone Gabara movie? I fucking wouldn't. I don't get it. Okay, like, everybody who's like obsessed with Gabara, he's the stupidest fucking monster in the franchise. He's so fucking dumb. He's a stupid design. He's got a dumb fucking voice. Like, everybody's so excited about him being in Singular Point. He's fucking stupid. I don't get it. Gabra's fucking dumb. Finnegan Duffy asks, will you review Pet Sematary? I don't know, sometime down the road. Here's a quick review for the new one. I didn't like it that much. Ace Vito Video Store asks, I have 3 questions. After the release of Gappa and Blu-ray on the US, do you think Tokyo Shock would continue releasing kaiju films in Blu-ray? I don't know, maybe. I mean, there's not a whole lot that haven't been released yet over here that I can think of off the top of my head. 2, have you seen the film Half Human, 1955? No, I have not seen that. 3, what is your rarest physical media, DVD, VHS, anything else that you own? Give me a second, I'll show you. Okay, so to ask you, or to answer the question what the rarest thing that I own is, I have a lot of stuff that's pretty rare, I think, but it's not like rare. This is Godzilla 1985. This is Godzilla 1985 on Laserdisc. In basically mint condition, almost. The disc itself has no like laser rot or anything on it. This is fucking impossible to find. I still don't even know how I came across it. There was only one on sale, and this Laserdisc itself cost me about $100, which isn't that bad honestly. But then ever since then, like, this is a really cool Laserdisc, and I mean, it's real. I have a Laserdisc player. I've watched it. It's fucking awesome. And like the cover art, seeing it that size, especially because Godzilla 1985's never come out on DVD or Blu-ray. I've looked at the. I mean, you can get Godzilla 1984 on Blu-ray, but that's not the same thing. That's the international Japanese version of it. That's not Godzilla 1985. So yeah, there you go. Right, Moth Marauder asks, what's your opinion on the upcoming Pacific Rim anime? I'm excited for it. I mean, I don't care for the CGI anime that they're doing with it because I've seen the pictures. That kind of sucks. I wish it was traditional. What are your opinions or thoughts on the Cthulhu mythos? I don't know shit about the Cthulhu mythos. All I know is that Cthulhu looks awesome as fuck, and I want to see a movie with the Cthulhu design. It doesn't even have to have like the Cthulhu mythos or like the story behind any of H.P. Lovecraft's stuff. I literally just want to see that monster in like in a movie where it just attacks a city. It's a really cool design. And what do you think of the Fallout and God of War video games? Fallout, I love Fallout. I don't like Fallout 76 though, that game can eat my ass with a spoon. But Fallout 3, 4, and New Vegas, loved them. God of War, love them. I mean, how can you not love them? Zach Reviews asks, what is the 5 worst 50s sci-fi horror movies you have seen? I haven't seen enough 50s movies to answer that question. But I can name a couple that are shit, like the Gila Monster. That one was fucking terrible. Yeah, I haven't seen enough 50s movies to name that one properly. Or to answer that one properly. Manda1771 asks like fucking 100 different questions here. 1, have you seen Genndy Tarkovsky's Primal? No, I haven't. I've seen clips, but I haven't actually watched it. 2, do you plan on doing any reviews for indie giant monster movies like Rego and Battleship Yamato and its sequels? I have them on DVD, I just haven't reviewed them yet. 3, didn't you do a review of 2018's Annihilation? Yeah, I did, and it got copyright claimed, so it's gone now. If a video is missing on the channel, it's because it got copyright striked or claimed or whatever, and it just wasn't worth the hassle to try to unclaim it, so I just got rid of the video. 4, what are your hopes for Godzilla Singular Point? I got asked this a couple times, so I'm just gonna answer the other questions about Singular Point with this one. I'm excited for it, honestly. I love that they're doing the traditional anime with like CGI on top of it. It's not like completely CGI like the fucking other Godzilla anime movies were. It's cool to see the monsters come back. It looks cool. I don't know what else to say about it. All I have is like the one trailer though. So we don't really have a whole lot of shit to go on, but seeing some of the old monsters come back is gonna be cool, honestly. Even Gabra, even though he looks cooler than he did in the fucking other movie. So yeah, I'm excited for Singular Point. I'm hyped for it, honestly. It looks better than those 3 other anime movies did. That's for damn sure. And do you look forward to the new Dune? Yes, I am very excited for Dune. Pretty sure it got pushed back though. If it hasn't been pushed back, it's going to get pushed back. It's not coming out in December like it was supposed to. Brad Perkins asks, what is your favorite Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode? I have not seen a single episode of Mystery Science Theater. I know that's probably blasphemy, but I just haven't seen it. Joshua Hughes asks, 1, which Korean kaiju would win in a fight, Yongari or Pulgasari? Probably Pulgasari because North Korea is just fucking nuts. He's got that Kim Jong-un power behind him. And 2, have you heard of the Plague Dogs and Felidae? And if so, would you do reviews for them? I haven't heard of either of those. I don't know what those are. Will I do reviews for them? Maybe. I don't know. I never say no to a review. Because, I mean, there's so many movies out there that I've got to get to them eventually. 0311-USMC Veteran asks, first and foremost, subscriber for life. Appreciate it. You have been a subscriber for a long time, I know that. Q&A, have you seen the Bob Lazar documentary on Netflix? I don't know who that is. Do you think he really did dismantle an alien UFO, and do you believe in aliens? Thank you for all your hard work, it really shows, and trust me, your subscribers notice all the effort you put into the channel. I appreciate that. Do I believe in UFOs? Yes, because I think it's very naive and very egotistical of the human race to think that our planet is the only planet in the entire universe that has life on it. I mean, they just found water on fucking the moon, right? And like other planets and shit. There's other planets that we don't even know the names of. So yes, there is life on another planet. There's no way that Earth is the only one that doesn't have a planet. As for Bob Lazar and his dismantling an alien UFO, that was probably bullshit. You remember that video back in the day of the alien autopsy? Like that shit looked pretty legitimate, but that was fake. So no, I don't think it was. I haven't seen the documentary, but I highly doubt he really did it. But as for UFOs, yes, I do believe in UFOs. Lucas Rudin asks, what is the worst movie or movies if you have more than one that you've ever seen? Psycho Shark. I can say that without a shadow of a doubt, Psycho Shark. Because even the shittiest movies I've watched, they have some redeeming quality to them because there's like scenes in it that are so bad that they're entertaining. But Psycho Shark was fucking the most boring thing I've ever seen, only to like build up to like 2 minutes of a shark at the very end of the movie. Like, sure, you get to watch Japanese chicks in bikinis with their boobs bouncing around, but I could just Google that on Pornhub and I'm fine. So, no, Psycho Shark is the worst thing I've ever seen. Robbie Pendell asks, what do you think is the most overrated Godzilla movie? And I think I'm gonna get flack for saying this. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, the 1992 one, 91, whatever one it was, the Heisei one. I don't like that movie. I think it's pretty bad. But everybody like ranks it as like their favorite Heisei movie. But it's not that good. I mean, Ghidorah looks cool in it, and Mecha King Ghidorah looks cool, but it's pretty fucking boring and cheesy. But everybody talks about it like it's like the gospel. So probably that one. I don't know. Because, I mean, Shin Godzilla, for all the praise it gets, it's worth the praise. Like, it's worthy of it. Because it actually has something to say. There's meaning behind Shin Godzilla. King of the Monsters isn't really overrated. The original, again, worthy of the praise that it gets. So, yeah, I think that one, maybe. That's the only one that I can think of. Bemular asks, do you love me? Yeah. Hope you guys liked that video. Good lord. I'm hoping I can edit this video down a little bit. I like doing these. I like giving you guys a little bit more of me as opposed to just my voice. Maybe I'll do another one of these down the road. Not anytime soon, but you know, you never know. I just like, sometimes it's nice to just not have to review something, and it's nicer to just kind of talk on camera. So there you go. There's all the questions. I appreciate every question. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I made this somewhat entertaining. I'm going to edit it down quite a bit so that it's not quite such a fucking me rambling. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next review. I'm going to go film the next 2 reactions to the Ultra Q series.